ain't nothing like a funky beat.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Guapish at the Disco, your favorite album reviewing podcast. As always, I am your host, and of course, I'm joined by my two very special little boys. The first one being Tanner.
Dude, I love video games and music?
Not at the same time, though, unfortunately. And Tanichi.
I've jerked off to this album twice.
That's awesome. That's just truly special, to be honest. Anyways, like Tanichi alluded to, we really listened to an absolute slapper, as they say, that being the 2011 album by Tatsh, Tatsh, however you pronounce it, Material, all caps. You really have to say Material. This is a mashup of a lot of random songs from a bunch of random projects he was on. Tosh is like the sole producer of it, but he's got other people on it, like vocalists and things of that nature. But it's all produced by him, and they're all for a big variety of games. We've got some like Beat Mania, which is like a arcade game. We got like a DDR shit, a bunch of random stuff, and we listened to it. Who wants to kick us off here? Tanichi?
Dude, oh my god. Starting off with me early. I feel bad because I looked up the game, and a lot of it was from like a DDR style game, and I fucks with DDR playing it, not the music. I feel like you could input any music and it works almost, but I feel like the specific music that works really well with DDR is just not my vibe. But some of the stuff I liked, which I was shocked by, because all of it wasn't DDR, all of it wasn't bad, and a lot of it I really, really liked.
There is certainly
Those are just my initial thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, you can make any song work in a rhythm game, which is primarily what these songs are based around, is, being in a rhythm game. But also there are certainly songs you can tell, like, yeah, this is made for a fucking rhythm game, and that's neither here nor there. It's definitely very, very preference-based. I am curious what the experience of listening to this album sounds like to somebody that doesn't play a lot of rhythm games, whereas I have played a lot of the rhythm games. So I'm very accustomed to this type of sound, I would say, to the point that it just sounds kind of normal, especially because there is just, like, a lot of just like, this is a fucking J-pop song, it's nothing that, like, would shock you to find. You wouldn't expect to see some of this stuff in, like, arcade machines.
I was just surprised at how polished it was. You know what I mean? Like, my perspective of it was, I'm expecting to come into it and listen to some... I expected a lot of the songs to be short as well, which, like, blew me out of the water, because I'm like, okay, I'm expecting like maybe like a minute, because most rhythm games, your levels aren't that long, hopefully. You know what I mean? Hopefully you're not doing a 7-minute and 12-second rhythm game song. But I was surprised at just how much content, I guess, there was in the song. But,
You're talking about your expectations. Did you, like, look up stuff about what this album was prior to actually, like, listening to it?
Not really. Not like looked up what it was. I mean, I looked up the game. What was it called?
Beat Mania is the primary one. Beat Mania ICDD, I think, or IICD, one of the.
Yeah. So I was like, I have a negative opinion of these games, because like I think they're cool to play, but they're like bus games, you know what I mean? You play them for like 15 minutes, so I'm not expecting a lot. I was just more like, oh, okay, this is a lot better than I thought.
Coming from a guy that's played rhythm games for like 15 years. Eat shit, bozo. Wrong opinion. These are not bus games, but I can, from a casual perspective, I can understand why you would think it.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty about rhythm games is, like Ost, for example, my big favorite rhythm game. You can make a map about any single song. Any album you've picked that we've liked a ton, you can make a map for it, and that's like the beauty of it. So I don't know. There's certainly, like I had mentioned before, songs that are made for rhythm games, and they have a very different style because they're trying to present themselves in such a way that coincides with gameplay. But I think it's bad to just put down the genre as a whole because of a distaste for a type of music, potentially, given there is such a big variety.
I agree.
But that's also not anything about this album, so,
Yeah, I agree. But also, I'm human, so...
We played O's before, and we need to play even more.
But, like, my favorite parts of OS are playing songs I know, if that makes sense.
And there's
like,
nothing,
if I was to install
wrong with
OS... Yeah, I know. But that's my problem. I don't know any of this shit. So I'm like, this is a... Like, these, like... You could tell me these are all tutorial level songs. Like, these are all longer tutorial songs. And I'd believe you. It doesn't give me that same, like... I don't know. It just sounds... I don't know. I don't play the genre.
Motherfucker listens to Image Material and it's like, yeah, man, this is like some tutorial level shit. This is fucking baby mode tier things that we're listening to.
Spoiler, that one was my favorite. I don't think that one's tutorial tier at all.
Okay.
No, that one's bitching as fuck. I love that one.
I would be shocked if that's not all of our favorites, but I guess we'll find out.
But I mean, like, fuck. As I look at my notes, like, 24th Century Boy, I just have, like, yeah, I can see this being an OS levels, and then that's it.
What's funny about that one is, like, that one's not even really, like, it doesn't sell itself like a rhythm game song for me. It's just kind of like a Eurobeat song, which isn't necessarily relating to rhythm.
I can see this, like, if you ever gone to an arcade, they have the DDR arcade machines. I can see me, you know, hitting back twice to get to this song, you know, on the list.
Tanner, what are your overall thoughts about Material?
I thought this album was just fine. I have a decent range on how much I enjoyed different songs. On the whole, I do think this being video game music kind of holds it back, just due to the, like, kind of inherent requirements there are on making something music that is appropriate for a video game. I kind of agree with both of you. Like, I do think there's a decent amount of variety here, but also, like, you know, it's all in the same genre and by the same guy still.
I don't know if I'd go that far. Like, there's fucking, like, some shit you listen to, like, an anime opening. That's not the same as, like, fucking... Like, let's compare Trust to the song that follows immediately after it, Red Zone, which is just, like, some fucking weird, like, club electronic song. Or, like, Trust is...
Oh my god,
Trust,
my fucking fan is on.
Dude, please turn that off. Thank you. But yeah, Trust is like some cutesy, like, romance J-pop song, and that's followed immediately by some fucking weird electronic song.
Sure. But, like, you know, you gotta keep in mind, like, talking to me or Tanichi about the differences between electronic songs is like me talking to you about the difference
isn't electronic, that's
between
what I'm
metal
saying.
songs.
One of them's just some fucking pop song.
Well, you know, it all sounds the same to me.
That's
I like the
great.
part in Red Zone where the hype man in the background says, "I've got to pee."
Does he say that?
I don't know. It sounded like that, and I didn't bother trying to change my mind about that.
I think my issue is EDM. I get, like, that Mexican music, like, syndrome from EDM, where all this shit sounds the same to me.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like stuff you'd see put over one of those nature docs where you have, like, bugs that do dances with each other.
Or just some, like, really bad game test footage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to agree with you because you're putting down an entire genre of music that I like a lot, and that I think pretty overall like a lot from how we've rated electronic albums thus far. But
I've always been surprised at my enjoyment of electronic, but, you know...
Then stop having such a bad disposition towards them by default, you son of a bitch.
I can't. They gotta stick a little harder. Like, the metal albums we've listened to have stuck hard. These EDMs just gotta do a little bit more for me.
Anywho, I guess I'll talk about my overall thoughts. I am pretty mixed on this album, I would say. I'm over half of the songs, I generally would say I liked them, but not a ton of them really stood out to me, I wouldn't say. And a good portion of these are also just kind of whatever. Like, they didn't really stand out. I didn't care for them. I wouldn't listen to them again. And then there is a couple of songs that I think are just plain bad and I didn't like, and they're kind of sore thumbs. For me, this album starts out pretty good. I like the first 4 or 5 songs, a good amount, and then as it gets on, I slowly just start losing interest a bit until we get to the last section of it, and then I'm like, yeah, this is not a big fan of this. I will say the variety and the presentation helps it a bit, but also it makes it feel a little bit less cohesive, so I don't really feel like I'm listening to an album while I'm listening to this, to be honest, which, is neither here nor there. I do like concept albums. This is not a concept album, it's just a bunch of random fucking songs this guy's produced, thrown into a package, and it works just to, like, keep me entertained, given I'm pretty mixed on it overall. It helps me get through the album that way, but also because of that, it kind of like lowers it overall a bit for me, just because I don't have any sense of cohesion, so it's I never really know what to expect going into like another song, and it's a bit off-putting at times potentially, especially when I like forget that I'm gonna get like when I'm gonna get into like the songs I don't like, and I'm like, fuck, it's this part now, god damn it. It is what it is, but another big thing is I really like just the presentation of some of the electronic sounds they have. They're very nostalgic to me, especially like the first couple of them, and then some in the midsection. Like Reunion and Zephyr are the 2 exemplary songs, I would say, for like that nostalgic vibe to them. I don't even know like what specifically the sound would be, or like how to describe it potentially, but it's some fucking early 2010 shit. Like it like reminds me of back in the day, like playing Sonic Riders or some shit. I don't know. It's just a very nostalgic sound to me, and like I genuinely like it a lot just for that reason. Like I'm sure if I didn't have that like sense of nostalgia for it, it'd be a little bit lower, but it definitely helps a bit.
Transitioning to me, I guess, I don't want it to seem like I'm just shitting on EDM, because I'm definitely taking Jackson's criticisms to heart. So I'll say that this album really did have, like, I agree with Jackson. This album had an amazing, strong start. I just was disappointed because of the genre. Not that this was bad. It's just, it didn't do enough for me. I guess it's like when Jackson hears rap that he can't understand. Like, he just can't fully engage with it because he's missing a part. You know what I mean? For me, that part is all of it.
That's like the fun thing about electronic for me, though. Maybe I've just listened to it for so long that it's just kind of like your view of it is just kind of lost to me at this point. But the nice thing about electronic is that the sounds are so foreign for the most part that in the end, if you like electronic or certain songs, like if, for example, if you're listening to a metal song, maybe you really like really fast-paced technical guitar work or something, and you could listen to a song and like it just for that reason. And there's certainly parallels to that with like electronic, different genres or whatever. But a lot of it is just, some fucking noises at the end of the day. And
I agree.
That's being really, I can't think of the word for it, but it's putting the whole genre down a bit, but like not saying it's a bad thing. It's just that's basically what all music is, I guess, at a basic level. But with electronic specifically,
don't get me wrong.
It's so foreign that you can listen to some random electronic song and you can just instantly like it just because of its uniqueness of sound. Or also maybe that's the same thing. Like maybe there's just some sound that really bugs you and you don't even know why, but like that puts you off of it.
I was about to say this. Yes, I agree. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of those idiots who thinks like dubstep is good. Like it wasn't just a vibe. Like I'm there for that genre. You know what I mean? Like I get the music as noise. I just don't like this brand of noise. You know what I mean?
How?
No, he's got no idea.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, I'm not I'm with you on this. I like I said, I'm pretty mixed on most of these. Not most of them. A good amount of these songs. They're pretty nothing burgery for me. Though to be fair, a good amount of the ones that are pretty nothing burgery to me are the ones with like that's just like some fucking pop song. I guess if you guys have no other overall thoughts, we can just move on to some standout picks. How about Tanner? What are your standout tracks from this album, good or bad?
So, my standout good tracks are going to be Reunion. I think this is just a solid start to the album. I think it's a bit of a bop. I like that it does like the slow ethereal opening into that like fast pulsing and violin sound, and then it goes into the piano, which kind of then draws us out till the end. I also have up there with it What's this one? Venus. I like that one. That one was much more, it had a lot more rock elements to it with all the guitar in there, which I really enjoyed. And it was one of the faster paced one on the album as well.
Interesting.
And then for standout ones I didn't like so much, my least favorite was Pieces. It was just too slow and boring for me, which, like, I understand. It's like the ending track, and so it is just kind of, you know, it's like ushering out of the building at the end of the day, but, like, I didn't like that for that reason. And then what other standout negative do I have? I got that one. Yeah, the only other one that was, like, meaningfully lower than the others was Alive.
Interesting.
For me, it just went on too long, and I got tired and bored of it as the song went on. So it just kind of wore out its welcome for me. And it was a bit too simplistic for the length as well.
Fair enough. We've got very different views on this album. I'm surprised that Image Material wasn't high up there for you. What was your thoughts on that song?
That one.
That's definitely the standout. That's easily the most popular song from.
So I will say, with my two, like, positive standouts, I have at 7 out of 10s. Image Material I have at 6 out of 10. So it is one of, it's like, yeah, it's probably still in the top 3. I just like those other ones more. With this one, I think it was probably just, like, I wish it was a tad bit more cohesive. I feel like it had a few too many parts that it was kind of going through over the course of the whole thing.
I love that about it. It's like telling a little story. You know, you've got the slow start, picks up immediately. You've got like a little intermission thing, and then it goes right back into it, and then a little finish off. I love it for that. It feels very, very dynamic. It feels like it has a similar structure to like an Imperial Circus Dead Decadence song almost, where there's like a story arc going on with this like bombastic instrumentals.
Mm-hmm.
But fair enough. I'm shocked that, it was one of your higher ones, but a 6 out of 10 for Image Material is not what I expected. How about you, T?
Yeah, those are my standouts.
My standout, Image Material. I liked Image Material a lot. I spoiled it and said it was my favorite. I don't know, dude. It just got me, like, the songs I liked were, like, really emotional, if that makes sense. So, Image Material, fucking Zephyr as well. I really like Zephyr. It felt emotional. I'm surprised no one mentioned Love Again. That one also felt really good to me. I have some standout bad ones, which is crazy because I don't normally have those. Reunion? I don't know how you like that. I don't know how you like that shit. It's DDR to the max. Like, I can see myself wasting the quarter to quit that level. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it.
That's crazy. I'm with Tanner. I think Reunion's a fucking banger.
That's crazy. I don't see it. I'm not seeing the vision. I'm not familiar with this guy's game.
It's just really fun, energetic. It sets the tone for the album really well, with it being so schizophrenic in its structure, just like the rest of the album. But fair enough, go on.
Something like that. Fucking 24th Century Boy? I didn't like that. I don't know why I had high expectations for that song. I think because it gives me that fucking, I don't know, like the name gives me that like Led Zeppelin vibe. I don't know why. And I was like, oh, this one's gonna be good.
Are you sure it doesn't give you a Fall Out Boy vibe, since I believe there is a song basically the same name by them?
I don't listen to Fall Out Boy, unsurprisingly, because they make awful music as well.
My songs know what you did in the dark.
I was literally about to make that joke. They know I don't listen to their shit in the dark. It's incredible. They can not light shit up. I was also gonna say it gives me, I'm trying to remember the fucking name of the band. Oh, I can't remember the name of the fucking band. Never mind, I'm skipping it.
Damn.
It gives me good vibes. I like it. Yeah. Dude, standout bad ones? No, 24th Century Boy, I did not like that. I did not like it. Not Fall Out Boy, fucking Imagine Dragons. It gave me Imagine Dragons vibes.
What?
Yeah.
This fucking this random
I think
Eurobeat song is reminding you of
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons, huh?
I think you're very wrong about that.
The name gave me Imagine Dragons vibes.
Okay.
So I was going in thinking like, okay, this is gonna be bad, but it's gonna be bad that I can digest.
I still don't even know if I agree with that claim, but
I know.
Like every Imagine
24th
Dragons
Century
song
Boy
is like
doesn't sound.
no.
Hold on, I need to look up
all of their
Imagine
song
Dragons.
names are like one word, aren't they?
No.
Radioactive,
I don't think so.
Enemy, Believer, Thunder.
Oh, I'm on crack. He's right.
We know Imagine Dragons, buddy. We know Imagine
in this
Dragons.
house.
That's disgusting. We know Imagine Dragons in this house.
Spoiler
Never
what
mind.
Tanner's next pick is.
Please, no. Other than that, I would say I didn't like Trust very much, but according to my notes, it literally says I don't like this and I don't know why. And I don't know why I don't like this because she's singing in this and I like the way she's singing in it. So I must have been smoking crack.
Yeah, it's just
So-
Trust is just some like cute romance J-pop song.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you said you like
don't
Love
know
Again, so
why-
it'd be weird if you didn't like Trust because
Yeah.
they're pretty similar in concept.
I think maybe I have this list switched around.
Perchance.
My score for this album is going to be very surprising despite the shitting on it I've been doing.
8 out of 10. It was pretty good. Anywho, I guess I'll get on to my standout picks. I'll just start low here. My easily two least favorite songs on this album were Red Zone and Electrogic, however you pronounce it. Red Zone is just fucking annoying, to be honest. Like, Tanner was talking about the hype man in it. Dear God, I think it would have just been a totally, 4, 5 out of 10 electronic song I wouldn't give a shit about, but the hype man is genuinely so bad and annoying that it just completely ruins what could have been a generic song and makes it a bad one for me. Holy fuck.
I
That's
could
easily my least favorite song.
I could think of the game this song gave me the vibe of. I don't know if you guys ever remember this, but there was like an arcade fucking Mario Party ripoff that was a 360 launch title. And it was like techno, and it was really fucking bad.
I'm gonna
But
need
it
more
gave
to
me
go
that
off
vibe.
of than that, buddy.
It's hard to describe, but it was so bad that it was the first launch title that even I was like, damn, dude, what's going on? Like as a kid, I was like, this is not good. Let's see if I can look up the fucking name of it.
Yeah, while you do that, I'll keep talking about it. The song sounds like it's in... I know you guys are not going to know what the fuck this game is, but it's called Sound Voltex. And specifically just the electronic sections of it sound very much like it would belong in the game Sound Voltex. Just because Sound Voltex, you like twisting these knobs and there's like kind of noises going on constantly with shit. And it sounds like it'd be in that, and I could see it being whatever if you're in the context of playing that game. But yeah, just listening to this, sitting at my desk and just listening to this song with nothing else happening is just oh my fucking god, this is pissing me off, frankly. And the Electrogic, I don't know why I cannot pronounce that name. The lag effect they do, the thing they're doing constantly, it's just annoying. Not a fan. It's just other than that effect I didn't like. It's just a pretty generic whatever electronic track on the album that doesn't really stand out, but that effect drags it down a good amount for me because I just think my standout good songs though, like Tanner had mentioned before, Reunion's pretty high up there for me. I think it's a great opener to the album. It's really dynamic. You guys already heard my thoughts from his section, so I'm not going to repeat them again. It's just a good song. I like that one a lot. Zephyr 2, it's similar in structure to Reunion, and they do something really similar with those airy lyrics they're doing. Fun fact, those are in English. You'd never know that because they're so far back in the mix that it's hard to even understand what they're saying, so it's mostly just kind of just an extra texture on the sound. But I think it's cool. I really like the effect they have. It's very, like I had mentioned before, very nostalgic feeling. It feels like it's from a bygone era type of music, which is not that crazy because it's 14 years ago. It's not that long ago, but it feels like it's so much older than that. Like those songs a lot. Image of Material, of course, is my big standout song for this album. It's the whole reason I have this album on my list in the first place. It's the only one I've listened to prior to going into it. I already talked about that song a bit too when I was attempting to defend it with Tanner talking about it. I just think that song's fucking incredible. I've been bumping that shit for at least a decade. It is a huge song in the OS community. It's part of a really infamous map. I played that, like that map, I think is like one of my most played maps in OS. And it doesn't deserve to be because I get my shit rocked on it, as you'd expect, listening to that song. It's very fast paced and it's just really fun. It's just a really dynamic, fun song. You know, type of song that you can like imagine some like bullshit going on in your head. Listening to it. Big fan of that. Absolute
You could
banger.
imagine some dragons.
Hell yeah, dude. I could imagine some dragons. My other standout one, this maybe is going to be shocking to you. This one's kind of like a throwback to the earlier sections of the album, but I really like Topaz, actually. It has that like airy kind of presentation that the first few songs do, and it's a little simplistic and repetitive a bit in nature because of that, but I just really liked it, I just kind of attached to it. And there's a couple other of like the more, like J-poppy ones that I liked. I like Trust. I liked Tabi Dachi no Uto. I liked Alive, because they're just fun. And Tanner didn't like Pieces, but I like Pieces. It's a slow end to the album, so I think it works for that. And it's just kind of pretty. It's a nice end to the album.
I like that momentary pause they do in Topaz. I always like when artists do that. They do that like pause, but it's not the end of the song. I like that.
I fuck with that too. It's called Space, I think, is described that.
You should check out that 3-minute piano song where they don't play the piano.
That'd be badass.
I wonder if that's on Spotify.
Fusion Frenzy, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, I do regretfully have to inform you, Tanichi, that Fusion Frenzy actually kicks ass and is really awesome.
That shit was garbage.
We're all in very different wavelengths on this album, and just our opinion on these rhythm games and things in general. And I love that for us.
I was about to ask, did we have like any overlap on what our like most favorite and least favorite songs were?
Least favorite, no, but you and I agreed on Reunion, and Tanichi and I agreed on Image Material.
Gotcha, okay.
And we flip-flopped on fucking the other one, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of ones where like I don't like this one, but like I like this one, which is interesting. We don't get that a lot. I mean, this album has a large variety to its sound, so I guess this is the good pick for that happening.
Yeah. We're not at each other's throat about this as much as the other ones.
We've worked out all our aggression in the last 15 episodes, or however many albums we've reviewed now. So now we're all chill with each other being fuckwits. We all have terrible taste, we all have awful opinions, and that's just the way it is.
Oh my god.
We're actually going to do a complete 180 and start trying to be considered the one with the worst taste.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. It's you, Tanner. Anyways.
I agree. I agree.
You better agree. That's you voting to save your own life.
Because that's definitely not me. I've got peak taste. I only pick peak. Like Material, of course. You guys have any other closing thoughts, or should we get into the ranks here?
Dude, this album was... it was fine. It was okay. It was
an album of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I really like Love Again. That's it.
What are you going to kick us off with then, Tanichi? I don't know if you'd be the lowest over Tanner, but let's find out.
This album's a solid 6. It's not bad.
Okay. How about you, Tanner? Let's take us down a notch.
And one notch we will take it down. I'm at a 5.
Yeah, I also gave this album a 5. Because, like, there is a good amount of songs I like a lot, especially, like, Image Material. It really fucking pains me. Like, Image Material is a 10 out of 10 song for me, just to preface how much I love that song. I think it's fucking awesome. It's been probably in my top 15 songs of all time for, like, a decade. I've never stopped bumping that shit. It's been a classic since the first fucking time I heard it. And it pains me to give, like, one of my favorite songs of all time, the album is on a fucking 5, but, like, genuinely... a lot of this is just kind of mid. Even the songs I like, I can still recognize they're not, like, particularly good. Like, some of the J-pop songs that I enjoy, they're probably, like, 5 out of 10s, but like I think they're fun, you know, and I like them. And like I've listened to some really good J-pop, so I know they're not to that level, but like I still like them, and it makes me pull a bit for that. So yeah, I'm not I wish I liked this album more. I would say too, if we did this like 2 weeks ago, I probably would have had a higher opinion. But genuinely listening to this album like 6+ times, however many times I listened to it front to back, I like to listen to my albums a lot. I really just like to have like an picking. Definitely lowered it for me a bit because a lot of these songs are pretty repetitive, I would say, and they don't have a ton of stay value like Tanichi had maybe mentioned earlier. So listening to them a lot does not do them much service. Like if we had listened or done a review in like the first week of me picking this, I probably would have given this like a 6 or a 7 just because of the, I guess just from, you know, the initial impressions. I'm trying to think of the word. I'm struggling to find words today, but you guys get what I mean. It lands at a 5.3 out of 10, which puts it above Rainbow Frontier and Rise Classics, and below White Pony, which is at a 5.7.
Whoa.
I agree.
How exciting.
I agree.
Tanner,
Fantastic.
what are you picking?
Guys, I have decided that we are going to do our first revisiting of an artist. So I'm going to be picking the 2020 Hulk-Off album, Panzerfolk.
Okay.
That's
I will say,
Panzerfolk.
I am excited to revisit this guy because prior to listening to him the first time, I had very little depth with my metal listening, I would say. Like I'd only really listened to like some Japanese stuff, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, I'll be going into this very fresh.
Yeah, and this one will be extra fresh for you. This will be our first taste of folk metal. And then one thing I will say, so it has both Swedish and English versions of the songs on this. I'm gonna say we're only gonna be going off of the English versions. If you want to listen to the Swedish versions, go for it, I guess. But when considering the actual ranking, we will just be going off of the English versions, which on the album are referred to as the Vinland edition.
Ah, I see.
Wonderful.
Bless them having it like split up in half so that I don't have to like. I was gonna be really annoyed if it was like one song in Swedish and then it's in English and then just keeps alternating. I'd like make a fucking playlist for it.
No, they do like disc 1, all the Swedish versions, and then disc 2, all the English versions.
Perfect.
I'm worried about this because if I remember correctly, the last album of this guy you ranked super fucking high.
Oh yeah.
I think he gave the last one like a 9, and we were about that a 5 or 6.
Oh no!
This guy's one of my favorite artists, dude. I love this guy.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Anyways, tune in next time for us to review the Hulk-Off album Panzerfolk. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.